Some people used to be very scared of making stew because it can be a little bit tricky. Sometimes it tastes nice, and the other time you begin to ask yourself if you're really the one that made the stew. Yes, I used to be one of you before, but I'm here to help you conquer your fears. Make sure you watch this video to the end, comment, like, and make sure you share to your friends and your loved ones. For this recipe, I'm using fresh tomatoes, paprika pepper, some onion. If you want your stew to be really, really tasty, make sure you use plenty onion, Scotch bonnet pepper, and some ginger and garlic. In a pot, I added the fresh tomato, the paprika pepper. I made sure I removed the seeds because the seeds can be really, really bitter and you don't want to end up with bitter stew, right? The ginger and the garlic, the onion and the Scotch bonnet pepper. I added water and cover, allowed it to cook for at least 10 minutes. Then I checked on it, it's not yet ready. I covered it back. See, with this method, you can never go wrong with your stew game again. Bet me on that. With this method, it saves your cooking time and then it gives your stew this wonderful bright color and it will still taste very, very delicious. Our tomato mix is ready after 30 minutes of boiling. I'm going to scoop it out from the pot and then blend this in my blender. You can also use your food processor for this and you can roughly blend it if you don't want to see all those tiny tomatoes. Okay, look at how colorful and how pury it came out. Just look at it. The next thing I will do is to go ahead and parboil my meat. I'm making goat meat stew, so I'm only using goat meat. I season with some blended pepper, onion, ginger and garlic, some chopped onion, some thyme, bay leaf, curry powder, some seasoning cube, some salt, and some all-purpose seasoning. I'll give this a very good mix just for everything to incorporate. If you want your meat to be really, really tasty, make sure you give this a very good mix. See, let me tell you, after this, you're going to be making your stew this way. So after that, I cover this and allow it to get its own juice. Then I give it a stir again. I added water. You know, this is goat's meat and you want it to be really soft. Okay. So I covered it and allow it to cook completely. After that, I scoop it out and then keep it aside and also keep the stock aside because we're going to use it later. In a heated pan, I added my vegetable oil. I prefer to use pan for stew because it helps you fry your tomato very well, but you can also use your pot. I also added my chopped onion. I fried this for about 5 minutes until it releases its beautiful flavor before I added my blended tomato mix. I told you something earlier. I told you that if you want your stew to be really, really tasty, make sure you use a lot of onion. When I mean a lot of onion, you can never go wrong with a lot of onion. If you don't like to see the particles just the way you are seeing it here, blend it. You will see the difference. Cover this and allow this to fry for about 30 minutes. I was also coming from time to time to check on it and also reduce my heat to the lowest. Look at how the oil is floating on top. That's when you know that the tomato is well fried. I also added my meat at this point because I want the goat's meat to be soaked into the stew. Yes. After using this recipe of mine, you can never go wrong with your stew again. Trust me. And your family will be amazed. Just make sure you try this, okay? So I added my stock at this point. This is also the point where you can be able to add water depending on the consistency you want. But for me, I don't want it to be too watery. I want it this thick. So stock is the only liquid I added to this stew. I cover this and allow it simmer for just 5 minutes. 5 minutes later, I season with some all-purpose seasoning, some thyme, some curry powder, some seasoning cube. After the seasoning, I had to stir just for everything to incorporate. Then I covered and allowed this to simmer for another 5 minutes and then our stew is ready. So guys, if you're still watching up to this moment, please, what are you waiting for? Like, why are you not sharing my video? Please like, comment. I want my page to be engaging. That's just the Christmas gift I want you to give to me. Okay, make sure you share my video and be engaging. I really, really appreciate that. So 5 minutes later, our stew is ready to serve and enjoy. What are you pairing yours with? I'm pairing mine with hot white rice. Thank you so much for watching and Merry Christmas in advance. Bye.